YouTube, today we're continuing to use the Articuno, Blaziken, and Feraligatr team. If you do enjoy the videos, be sure to leave a like down below, leave a comment down below. It really does help me out. And if you want to check out the details of the team, make sure you check them out in the paste bin available in the description. But otherwise, let's get started and play some games. All right, a little bit of an interesting team. Giraffaric, the Bronzong, Gastrodon, Lucario, Mamoswine, and Salamence. The only real outlier really is that Giraffaric, like psychic normal type. So don't have ways to hit it super effectively, unfortunately. I would really love to use Feraligatr here. Feraligatr does decently well. There are some concerns about using it though. Tangrowth is pretty solid in this game. So is the Feraligatr. Blaziken has some pretty good potential here too. Okay, so I want to say no Articuno. The freeze, Articuno hits super effectively too. And it can wall the Mamoswine. I'm just a bit worried about the Lucario. I think Raikou is a pretty good lead here. Raikou seems really solid with like Tangrowth as an opener, I think, for the most part. I really do like the Feraligatr in the back and the Blaziken. I think Blaziken dishes out a ton of damage output, especially against the Bronzong, that I don't really have, especially if the Gastrodon is out. So I do like the Blaziken more here. Let's find out though, because it's a unique team. What does Giraffaric get? Trick Room. It gets Skill Swap. What are its abilities? I don't think it gets competitive, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, I guess we'll find out, because I actually don't know what abilities it gets. I think it gets does it get Intimidate? If it gets Intimidate, that'll be interesting. But I don't remember. I really don't. The Bronzong plus Mamoswine lead. Okay, this is pretty good for me. I do lead my Tangrowth plus Raikou here. And I don't mind just going for a Reflect right here. Just get up that Reflect. I'll take the attacks pretty well in Giga Drain. If they are Choice Scarf, we get to find out their Choice Scarf. Not the worst case. I would definitely like to find that out. And just Giga Drain the Mamoswine, because Mamoswine is a bit of a threat to me offensively. It hits my entire team for quite a bit of damage. So would like to get that Giga Drain off and heal back by HP from the Tangrowth. If they go for Earthquake, again, Raikou should live after a Reflect, and I'll get a pretty good Giga Drain off into Mamoswine. And if they want to get Trick Room up, the Tangrowth's going to outspeed the Mamoswine the following turn. So if they don't get Trick Room up, and that's still pretty solid for me at the end of the day. Let's find out what do you want to set up here. I also wonder what the Bronzong set is, because if it has Hypnosis, that's pretty bad. We'll find out, I suppose. I really hope you don't have Hypnosis, buddy. I really don't. So Reflect is going to come out from the Raikou, as we do reveal it's not Scarf Mamoswine. Going to go for the Crash. Tangrowth avoids. I don't think that's a big deal. I think the only thing that would have mattered is if it flinched me, because then I probably would have healed up the damage thanks to the Giga Drain. And yeah, the Trick Room comes out. Yeah, this is perfectly a great spot here. Like, I'm really threatening with the Giga Drain, and they don't really have much here. So might as well just fire off some Snarls, I think. Or should I set... No, I should set up the light screen. Yeah, I should set up the light screen. It's a pretty free light screen. I don't see why I wouldn't take it here. I will fire off a Giga Drain. What do they have? Oh, wait, doesn't Giraffaric get Sap Zipper? I guess that's a thing, but it's a special attacker, not a physical attacker, if I'm not mistaken. So... yeah, I'm pretty sure it gets Sap Zipper if I'm not mistaken, but yeah, I'll just light screen up here. It covers like a lot of plays too. I have a Reflect up as well. Let's see. They go for a Protective Mammo. Okay. They're wasting a turn of Trick Room here. So, Stealth Rocks. Wait. I didn't check the number of my opponent's Pokemon. Is this a 4v6? Is this a 4v6? Or is this a 4v4? I get a light screen up, which is still pretty solid. Maybe I could still sweep a team of 6. Oh no, it's a 4v4. Okay, that's actually really good for me. Okay, cool. I'll go for a double up here, I guess, in the Mamoswine. I'll go for a Thunderbolt and Giga Drain here. I don't really mind the rocks up. I don't think I'm switching that much in this game. I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna like stay in with these Pokemon until I get free switches under the right conditions for my setup Pokemon to win. Like, I'm pretty sure that's the plan. So Tangrowth also has Regenerator, so it's not too bad. None of my Pokemon in the back are weak to the rocks. We're gonna see a switch out from Mamoswine. Somebody's take a Giga Drain plus T-Bolt here. Gonna be Airbus Salamence. Okay, so let's see. Okay, I get a Giga Drain off, I get a T-Bolt off, they get a Reflect up. Okay, so Stealth Rocks, Reflect, Trick Room, so the Bronzong looks like full support. Okay, a Thunderbolt gonna come out into the Salamence. Not bad. That's actually not that bad for a quad resisted attack. Thunderbolt gonna come out. This should do some pretty good damage. Yeah, I like that. Okay, I'll get a T-Bolt off, I guess. And I mean, Salamence doesn't have a move to hit the Tangrowth, so I imagine I could just fire off a Sleep Powder. I'm pretty sure the last move is going to be Light Screen, so might as well just fire off the Sleep Powder here. There really isn't that much my opponent can do here. It's like the Bronzong is a bit more of a liability because it's like it set up some stuff and now it's just sitting here while I can focus down my opponent's other target. Maybe they finally switch out to Bronzong after they get, I don't know, I'm assuming Light Screen's coming out here, which is okay. I don't think it's really that bad at all. And then I can fire off Sleep Powders into that Bronzong slot. And then they risk their switching, taking the Sleep Powder. And Mamoswine can't really be risked at this point. It's already pretty low. Yeah, this is looking really bad for them. I don't know what they have that can really affect this. If I get rid of Salamence, it's really good for my Blaziken endgame. So I'll gladly try to get rid of this Salamence as quick as possible. So, falls asleep. Oh, the Bronze was reversing Trick Room here. Oh, was it Dragon Dance? Yeah. If it's Dragon Dance, it's fine though, because like, what damage are you doing? The Salamence lives, but yeah, they reversed Trick Room. I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, they didn't get anything accomplished. That's the thing about this Zong. It's just not accomplishing anything. I might as well just fire off a Sleep Powder, I guess, into the Bronzong slot since I have like a Giga Drain's not really going to accomplish much here. Maybe I could Giga Drain Thunderbolt to Salamence slot, double it up into the Mamoswine slot, but like, I don't have to. There really isn't a point. I don't think they're going to risk that. They already saw that I doubled up with the Giga Drain Thunderbolt earlier. We're going to see the Salamence get knocked out here. Yeah, accomplished nothing in this game. And the Sleep Powder going to come out. It does hit the Bronzong slot. I mean, it's just extra on top. I didn't even have to hit that Sleep Powder realistically. It's just like this is the thing about Tangrowth in this format. I feel like in a lot of cases, the Tangrowth is just so bulky. It's really hard to pick up a knockout. So you can just stay in and like click a few Sleep Powers. And even if we miss, it's not usually that bad of a position. They bring out the Mamoswine. I just fire off a T-Bolt into the Bronzong slot and I just Giga Drain. They have to rely on some flinches or crits, but I don't think crit picks up knockout. Here comes a T-Bolt into the Bronzong. Not bad damage. The Icicle Crash going to come out into the Tangrowth, which I don't think it does that. It actually did more than expected. Wow. Oh, it's Life Orb. Okay. So maybe I guess the dodge did help earlier, I guess. I mean, I don't think it was even that big of a deal. Tangrowth was still alive. Giga Drain would have healed back quite a bit the last time. Not this time because his HP has already been drained earlier. So yeah, I don't think it was still have accomplished much at the end of the day. They wake up, they get a Gyro Ball off. This does like no damage. Yeah. Okay. Don't tell me your last one's Gastrodon, because if your last one's Gastrodon, you literally just Tangrowth answer? I don't think that's Gastrodon. Okay, yeah. I mean, I might as well preserve this mon at this point of the game, I suppose. Yeah, because I can keep the regenerator health. I'm just going to go out into Feraligatr here. Because I'm not going to risk my Tangrowth getting outsped by the Gastrodon and getting Ice Beamed here. So I'll go Feraligatr and I guess I'll just Sword Stance here. Because I have some pretty free Sword Stances. Gastrodon going to protect. That's completely okay. I'm assuming they're going to Trick Room. That means they should be min speed on the Gastrodon, I'm assuming. Which is a-okay here. Snarl going to come out into the Bronzong. We know the Bronzong's Gyro Ball now. And it had Reflect. So really not a threat. Trick Room going to come out. Okay. I'm just going to spam Snarl until I feel like I'm comfortable with like attacking. The Bronzong being lefties is actually a little bit annoying. Because I don't have the best damage output against a Bronzong. Oh, Reflect already wore off. So, I mean, I just click Snarl here and I'm going to Sword Dance. Are they going to get Reflect up again? Air Power, the Raikou, which I'll survive because I have Light Screen. Yeah, it doesn't even do a half. Reflect is going to come out, which is okay. I'm just going to sit here and Sword Dance because these Pokemon have to target the Gator at some point. So, and they can't do any damage. The Gyro Ball does nothing to Gator. The Earth Power under Light Screen and Snarls is not going to accomplish much. So, Snarl going to come out. We do hit the Gastro. They had to start critting. They had to start critting or freezing with the Gastro. That's what they need here. And by that point, I'll just have like a full set of Gator. This Gator is going to go in. And yeah, I don't see how they're really getting through. Wait, are they double lefties? You're breaking item clause. Not that it's gonna really matter. Reflect wears off. I set Light Screen. Yeah, I mean, I don't think the Gyro Ball but damage is gonna matter. I'd rather just Snarl the Gastro because it probably does the most damage, especially since my Light Screen is gonna wear off. So yeah, I'm just gonna Snarl here. They're gonna Gyro Ball the Raikou. Okay. It actually does some decent damage because Raikou is fast, so the base power is stronger here. I'm setting up with my Feraligatr though, and yeah, you could target the Raikou, but I don't know, leaving this Feraligatr, setting up Sword Stance, even if you have Reflect, doesn't seem to be that good of an idea. Is Raikou able to survive another turn of rocks? Because I might do a Tangrowth pivot if possible. That definitely could be a play here. But I don't think I gain enough HP back. I don't think I gain enough HP back, yeah. Light screen wears off, that's okay. I'm gonna light screen here and I'm just gonna get to +6. I mean, I don't see a reason not to. I really don't see a reason not to. Earth power gonna come out into the Raikou. That means they're gyroballing here, which means it's not gonna do any damage to Gator here, I'd imagine. If it does do some decent amount, let's see. A Gator has some pretty decent defense. Yeah, because it's all Blastoise stats. I mean, that's what I actually don't know the Gen 2 starters stats off my head. All I know is the same as Blastoise. I mean, they're late carving copies of Gen 1, so that's how I remember them. And yeah, they did have double up these. It's actually interesting that the Gastrodon is faster than the Bronzong, because that means the Gastrodon has slower speed IVs, most likely, or slower nature, guaranteed. Okay, we can go out into our Blaziken, I guess. Might as well just go Blaziken, I guess, and we'll double protect, and then next turn we'll Flare Blitz Ice Punch the Bronzong, because Trick Room isn't over yet, right? I'm pretty sure only Reflect and the screens were over. So yeah, we'll double protect here, and then we'll just double up the Bronzong, because then we should be able to knock out the Bronzong, and then once we do that, we can focus down on the Gastrodon, because we'll have multiple tools to handle the Gastrodon. We'll have some turns of Reflect also stalled out as well, and we can get the Tangrowth in, and I assume that the Tangrowth is going to be faster than the Gastrodon at this point, especially since the Bronzong is faster than Gastrodon, it does look like, because the Gastrodon is faster under Trick Room, it seems. So double protect here on, I think it's the last turn of Trick Room. Earth power does come out into Blaziken, and a Gyro Ball, yep, into Blaziken as well. Okay. I don't think we even go down to Earth power because they're -2, but if they crit, that's okay. Like, I'm actually okay with them critting here. I'm pretty sure that Ice Punch and the Flare Blitz will easily KO the Bronzong. Yeah, Trick Room returns to normal. The Blaziken is able to get the speed boost and doesn't really change anything, but now we can just go for a Flare Blitz. As long as it's not heat proof. I guess if it's random heat proof Bronzong, yeah. But let's see. Flare Blitz gonna come out in a Bronzong through the Reflect. Should still do a good amount. It's still KOs. Wow. Okay. Oh, it's a crit. Okay. I'm pretty sure we were fine regardless. Yeah. I mean, at that point, it just speeds up the battle process even more. I get an Ice Punch off into Gastro. Doesn't pick up a knockout, which is kind of what I assumed. They go for an Ice Beam into the Feraligatr slot. I guess they're just going for a freeze at that point. But yeah, they just didn't have an out there. As I mean, no Tangrowth answer. I guess finding out its life orb though on the Mamoswine is really good information. Sure that they missed that one crash. Was it that big of a deal? I don't think so. At the end of the day, I think I had way more firepower than them, and they were still in a really bad position regardless. Like, I'm pretty sure that after the Giga Drain healing from the Tangrowth from where the Mamoswine was at full, I'm pretty sure I would have had enough like recovery in order to win this game. So I'd live another crash, and then they have to hope for a crit or a thing there, or flinch. Yeah. At least Feraligatr got to +6. That was the fun part. If you currently enjoyed the content you're watching and want to see more of it, make sure you check out my other YouTube channels, my second YouTube channel, my Eclipse channel, and of course, make sure you follow the action live on my Twitch channel. All links available in the description down below. All right, looks like we got a Salamence, Heatran, Weavile, Cresselia, Hariyama, and the Arcanine. So double fire. Double Intimidate. Oh, that means I want to bring Mist Articuno so badly with Feraligatr, because that would actually be super insane here. I wish I had Sheer Cold sometimes on Articunos just so I could Sheer Cold to Cresselia, but that's okay here, I'm pretty sure. I want to say I have quite a few options. Garchomp's really threatening to them. I'm thinking they're going to bring the Weavile here. I think I'm going to go Articuno here for sure. I mean, the Raikou for sure. Raikou's really good. And I want to say Tangrowth lead is probably pretty solid. Even it's double fire. I mean, I do have Feraligatr and Blaziken that they have to respect. They also have to respect the Garchomp as well. I don't think Articuno's a bring here. It's not terrible, but I mean, I could beat the Salamence just fine. I'm bringing the, like, I just don't like using Garchomp against Cresselia because I think it's not that great because it doesn't hit Cresselia for too much and Ice Moon does a ton of damage. So what I'm going to do is probably try to set up for a screens Feraligatr game. And I think I can accomplish that. The only problem is Double Intimidate is quite annoying, but I don't think they're going to bring Double Intimidate. Could they? I'm thinking like if they're going to bring Pokemon, they have to bring Cresselia for the Garchomp. Maybe they bring the Weavile. That's what I'm thinking. But yeah, like Cresselia Weavile lead, I had a feeling that it was a pretty strong lead, especially against a Garchomp against double thing. Okay, Tangrowth plus Raikou comes out here. I think I'm just going to go for a Reflect right away. It can't KO either one of my Pokemon, so I might as well just go for a Giga Drain and gain some HP back from the Weavile if they attempt to Icicle Crash. Turn 1, if they go for Fake Out, that's okay, because I get a Reflect up. At the end of the day, I guess maybe if they're a Life Orb, they can pick up a Knockout here, but I don't think a Double Up picks up a Knockout without like a Life Orb or Choice Band at least. So yeah, we'll go for a Reflect here because we definitely do want to Reflect, and I want to break a Sash on the Weavile because that's pretty important for my Blaziken. So I don't want to switch into Psychic 2 from the Cresselia at any point. So we'll see how this ends up going right here. Also, Cresselia, I think it's probably support. I don't think it's Calm Mind, so I don't think I have to worry about it too much because I think with Heatran, it's probably like Sunny Day. We're going to see the Heatran Weavile retreat here. Is this Heatran? Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. We're going to see what's come out from their side. I guess it's just Trick Room then, which is okay. I get a Light Screen up or a Reflect up, and then I can get Light Screen up the following turn. Calm Mind. It is Calm Mind? Oh, that's kind of difficult. Okay. I guess I could just stay in and snarl down this team and Sleep Powder. Yeah, that's not too bad, I suppose. So Giga Drain should be leftovers on the Heatran, I'd imagine. Not leftovers. Wow. Okay. Shuka then? Snarl, Sleep Powder, the Cresselia. Because Heatran can set up sub. I don't really mind if it sets up sub. I want to slow down this Cresselia and make sure that it's not boosting up alongside my Raikou getting Snarls off because it's kind of bad. So Snarl going to come out. I do connect both. Nice. I have an Aqua Berry on the Tangrowth. So this is really good of a position. Hopefully we can get Feraligatr in comfortably as, let's see, gonna be a Heat Wave coming out. We do have an Aqua Berry for a reason. Cool. Yeah, it doesn't do much damage at all. Nice. And Calm Mind once again. Perfect. Okay. So please hit the Sleep Powder Tangrowth because I would love to hard switch into my Feraligatr and start setting up Sword Stance. That would be really ideal here. Unlucky? Okay. Leftovers on the Cresselia. Okay, so that's where the leftovers is. I should live another comment. If I Light Screen up here, I'm pretty sure I live. I'm just going to Sleep Powder, I guess, and Light Screen. Kind of sucks because I'm going to have to take way more damage now. But that is the risk that I do have using Sleep Powder on the Tangrowth. We should live Heat Wave after a Light Screen into Fang. We're just risking crits, but I mean, we always risk crits regardless. So Heat Wave going to come out. We're risking stuff regardless. That's Pokemon. Heat Wave going to come out. Yeah, I take it pretty well. And a Sleep Powder comes out. Okay, so they attempted to Trick Room, which is actually really good. Okay. I mean, they take a turn of sleep, which is awkward because I'd rather have them hit the Tangrowth because I would have, like, lived. But yeah, this is okay. I can Snarl here, go out into Feraligatr. Please don't get Heat Wave burned on the switch, please. And Snarl. And then we Source Dance up with Feraligatr. Like, they're stalling out my screens, but I have multiple turns of screens to work with here. I just got to make sure that I have health for the Weavile. That's, like, the really important one. The Feraligatr comes out. We Snarl here. We connect with both. Excellent. And I'll Sword Stance and then start threatening the Cresselia, I think. That's the goal right here. So, let's see. We're slowing down the Cresselia. The Cresselia is at neutral, I think, now. Heat Wave comes out. Okay. Hit on the Raikou. Really bad. Nice. Okay. So we'll Snarl again. Maybe we'll live a Heat Wave from the Heatran with a Snarl. I mean, we get a free switch to Blaziken, which isn't too bad if that's the case. So we'll Snarl here. We'll Source Dance up with Feraligatr. Doesn't seem like a bad position. It doesn't seem terrible. Like, the position's very doable. Especially if I can get my Blaziken in safely. They protect Heatran. Excellent. Excellent. Especially if Cresselia doesn't wake up here. So keep snarling down this Cresselia so it doesn't become a threat. If they Trick Room, it's okay because I just Source Dance again, I think. Because Feraligatr will probably It's not that fast. Well, Weevil's fast. I mean, I don't care about the Heatran, right? The Heatran's not a threat. They did wake up and get Trick Room up. Okay. So I don't see Heatran as a threat though. It just doesn't accomplish anything. I'm just going to Sword Stance again, and I think I'm going to go hard into my Tangrowth here because they've taken like my Tangrowth's now pretty healthy. I think they're probably going to... What do they even have that can work on the Trick Room? I'm trying to remember their team. It's Heatran, Cresselia. We saw the Weavile. We saw Salamence, which I'm not too concerned about. Arcanine, I'm not concerned about. Cresselia going to retreat. Okay, that's really good for me. Oh, Hariyama. Okay, this works out perfectly then. Because I could Rage Powder that threat. That thing's a threat. Okay, cool. If I get rid of Hariyama, I think I can win with my Feraligatr on the Trick Room. Heat Wave K. Just don't do anything. Cool. Sword Stance up again. Okay, now we're at +4 with Feraligatr. Life Orb Sheer Force Feraligatr. This Pokemon is a massive threat here. Cool. Protect here. Double protect. If they faint, it's not too bad because they shouldn't be able to knock out the Tangrowth in this position. I guess if they go oh, wait. No. There's one position that they could do here. Is there a play to cover that? I guess it'd be Sleep Powder. The Heatran. I should have. This position should be... Oh, they didn't do it, thankfully. One play that they could have done was go into Weavile, fake out the Feraligatr. That would have been really bad. That would have been really bad. They Facade. They love running Facade on Hariyama now for some reason. The Heat Wave, I'm not really concerned about it. Cool. And I guess the problem is our Reflect is kind of... Our Reflect turns are going to be over when Weavile comes out, but as long as we get rid of Cresselia, I think we're good. So we're going to Waterfall the Hariyama, and we're going to Rage Powder. If we live both attacks, that would be... Or live the attack from the Hariyama with Tangrowth, that would be the most ideal situation. This is definitely a tough one. Oh, Heatran switches out, which is really good for me. Okay. Into Weavile? No, Crest. Okay. That's cool. So Rage Powder here. I think Close Combat does more than Facade though, because it's stab. So don't really see the point of going for Facade. I guess like you don't take a defense drop, but at this point I think you rather value the KOs because yeah, Close Combat might have actually been able to finish off the Tangrowth there. It looks close actually, but now you don't have a Hariyama, and that is huge. Okay, so Reflect wears off. Yeah, that's the part which was kind of annoying. Heatran's going to come in, which is surprising because I don't think Heatran accomplishes anything here. I kind of want to say the Tangrowth if I can. I guess I'll just sack the Raikou here because I don't need Raikou anymore. I'm just going to Waterfall the Crest because the Crest is the big threat. Not really that worried about the Heatran, especially since Trick Room's almost over. I can Waterfall it outside Trick Room, and I have a Blaziken with Close Combat as a threat. So yeah, I'll just sack here to bring out the Raikou because I don't remember who was faster between Heatran and Cresselia. I probably should have paid attention. They Psychic the Gator. That's cool. As I take it with the screen. Oh, this Death Drop and the Earth Power would be really dumb. Okay, they Heat Wave. Cool. That works. Nice. Okay. Waterfall into the Cresselia. This is +4 Life Orb Sheer Force. Can we pick up a knockout? Beautiful. Beautiful knockout. Cool. Okay. And I think we go Blaziken here. Heatran has taken Chip. Yeah, we go Blaziken here. Actually, is Blaziken the right call? I think it is. I think it is. Let me see. We've all at low. Oh, wait. My Blaziken's not fast. Should be okay still. I'm going to double protect. If they faint, that's okay. Because I think they always just attack here. Unless they sub. If they sub, it's really awkward, I guess. But if I went Raikou, then position doesn't really change at all either. Or I meant into Tangrowth. I don't think it changes either because I think they would click sub there. But okay, yeah, it's Earth Power and an attack. Okay, cool. So Light Screen wears off. I'm able to get the speed boost with the Blaziken. I outspeed the Heatran now. I can go for Close Combat and I can go for a Waterfall. Only way this is bad. Oh, wait. Heatran could be Chople. But they protect. Okay, cool. Oh, I just realized that Chopple could be an item because it's not leftovers. Feraligatr goes down. This is actually tricky now. Do I live Crash? I don't have Reflect up. I mean, maybe? Oh, did I set up this position for nothing? I don't think Close Combat knocks out the Heatran. I think I got a Rage Powder. I think I got a Rage Powder here and just hope that I live a double up. That's kind of bad. I should have probably Sword Stanced. I completely forgot I completely forgot that Chopple was an item that could be potentially a thing, especially with all the fighting types in this game. So yeah, that's a huge mistake on my part for the end game, I guess. I mean, if they had sub, I couldn't play around it, but I could definitely have played around Chopple. Maybe I should have went Tangrowth, double protected, and then Rage Powder. Oh, they went for the double. Interesting. Okay, that works out for me perfectly. Cool. Okay. Unless the Weavile has something that can actually hit Blaziken. The only moves I could remember Weavile getting is like Aerial Ace and Dig. So don't do it. Oh, Icy Wind. That doesn't change anything. Because I still get the speed boost at the end of the day. Yeah, this is okay. I'm just going to Close Combat the Heatran because the Heatran's the only thing with Dread. Icy Wind on Weavile, so I don't think it has a move that can hit my Blaziken. I'm assuming it's Icy Wind, Fake Out, the Throat Chop, and then I'm assuming an Ice move. So Close Combat into you and a Giga Drain into the Weavile. That should seal the game. Oh, that was a close one there. That was a close one. Let's see if it's Chopple, because it's important for game 2, I guess, knowledge, if we do go into a game 2. Close Combat into Heatran, a Giga Drain into you. We also know it's Calm Mind Cresselia now, so we now know how to play it. It's Calm Mind Trick Room. So I guess it has no Moonlight. Yeah, I don't think it would run Moonlight then. Raiku's screens looks really solid as well for the upcoming. Like, I think my lead's pretty solid, I think, for the most part. They don't really have, like, anything that, like, hard breaks through this. So, yeah, this seems solid. Close Combat, it's not Chopple, so, okay, like, Close Combat would have been able to finish it off at the end of the day. Okay, cool. So we are able to get our White Herb. They are going to reveal that information, but that's cool because I don't really mind revealing about the White Herb. So Weavile, do you have anything crazy? Oh, just Icy Wind again. Cool. Does this knock out Tangrowth in the range? No. I get a Giga Drain to break a Sash. Maybe I should have Sleep Powdered because I could have found out if it was Focus Sash the next turn since this game was over anyway. That probably was better. That was probably better for this information. But yeah, Giga Drain gonna come out, solid chunk, and Close Combat will beat down the Weavile. So, okay, the only thing is I never got to find out if it was Ice Punch or Icicle Crash because that makes a huge difference in the damage calculations for the Tangrowth. But all right, Giga Drain and Close Combat. I don't think Crash would have KO'd. It's Tangrowth, but we'll see. Knock out the Weavile. Good game. Feraligatr got huge damage off. We were able to eliminate the Hariyama and the Cresselia. Cresselia was just such a pain for my team. I had like no answer. So setting up with the Feraligatr was definitely the biggest key there. And I was able to accomplish that, which was really good. What can they really bring to adjust it? Because their entire team's bad against my Feraligatr. Like, it really is. Okay, Raikou again with Tangrowth seems like really solid. I mean, like, what can they do to accomplish, like, anything to these Pokemon? They have nothing that can take it down. So, yeah, I'm going to go with the same 4, I think. Articuno doesn't really accomplish anything, I think, in this game, unfortunately. And then Garchomp, Garchomp can accomplish stuff. But I think against Calm Mind Cresselia, I'd rather just go with the same mons because I have, like, plenty of support and offensive pressure with the Blaziken as well as the Feraligatr, and I don't have to worry about like Protect on Earthquake, which is a little bit awkward at times for position. So I do think that is the correct call. Okay, let's see how this game's gonna turn out. I don't know what they could change lead wise. Heatran, Weavile, okay, not that bad. I think I just get to click Snarl and I go for Snarl swap probably. I mean, this is probably like one of their better elite adjustments. I could have let Feraligatr, but I mean, I could also just go into Blaziken and click Snarl. That doesn't seem bad either. And I could threaten a Close Combat into the Heatran, which seems really solid. Yeah, I think that's the play. Also, yeah, I already confirmed. Oh, wait, I confirmed the speed tier of the Heatran earlier, I guess. They go for Icy Wind. Ooh, good Icy Wind. Good Icy Wind. Because that means, wait, is Heatran faster? If Heatran isn't faster, that doesn't change anything, I guess. But that's probably better. Oh, but that does waste my White Herb, though. So if they have Intimidate in the back, that's going to affect it. Okay, it's all going to come out in the Heatran. And okay, it should be Heat Wave still. Show me Heat Wave. Show me Heat Wave. Heat Wave would be good here. Okay, no, they are powered to Raikou. Okay, that's acceptable. That's acceptable. Cool. Okay, big threats now coming out for sure. I guess I try to get the Reflect up if possible, and I go for the close combat into Tran. They go Cresselia. I don't think that's a big deal. I don't even know which slot they're going to switch out because both of these Pokemon are kind of like in danger, right? The Weavile and Heatran both like faint to close combat. So I'm just going to close combat the Heatran. Oh, wait, no. I'm not faster. I just realized I'm not faster because I didn't get a speed boost and I got Icy Winded. Oh, wait, this could be awkward. Throat Chop. This isn't KO. Cool. Wait, I am faster. Okay, I guess that Heatran's been speed. Okay. Wait, did I get the speed? No, I didn't get the speed boost. Wait, did I dodge the Icy Wind? No, I took Chip, right? Wait, I'm confused. Wait, why is my Blaziken faster than the Raikou? Did I get the speed boost? No, I hard swapped, right? And it doesn't work like that. I wish I could check my speed stat right now. Or like, you know, my speed raise. The Hariyama comes in. Okay, cool. So I have Reflect up. I can go hard in a Tangrowth here. I guess I just hard swap here, right? I think I just clicked. I guess I just try to get the light screen up and I'm going to go hard in a Tangrowth. That seems pretty solid. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Because like if they Icy Wind here, not that big of a deal. They fake out. Okay, my Blaziken makes sense. Icy Wind? Yeah, Icy Wind. Raikou avoids. Yeah, that's a little bit greedy. I think taking the K on Raikou is completely okay there. But yeah, I am able to get a light screen off now, which is pretty good. I would have liked a free switch too. I didn't mind if they hit the Raikou because even if I didn't get screen up, like I got a free switch to my Blaziken and I can't click SD in that position. So that would have been really nice. This position now is a little bit strange, but I mean, at least I have a light screen up at this point. I'm just going to Thunderbolt and Protect. If they have Faint, they have Faints. Like, I don't think Faint changes anything, though. The Weavile's not doing any damage, I think, in the Tangrowth, because Tangrowth's such a tank. And then I just get in my Blaziken and click Sword Stance eventually. I could also do Feraligatr, but I'll preserve it for later. Ice Punch going to come out. Okay, so it's Ice Punch. Good to know. Ice Punch into Raikou picks up the knockout. Eliminated. Facade into this. Okay, cool. Now we just go Blaziken and Sword Stance, and then we just start clicking buttons, I suppose. We could also take the knockout on Weavile, but I have no idea if Weavile is going to hard into Cresselia, which I feel like should be a play. But yeah, I'm just going to Sword Stance and Rage Powder here. Let's find out. This might be Icy Wind into a Facade. This could be a swap to Cresselia, though, which swap to Cresselia I think makes the most sense to me, but it looks like that's not going to be the case. Okay. Rage Powder going to come out here. And a Icy Wind. Okay. Blaziken's still faster than Hariyama, unless the Hariyama has a decent amount of speed, I want to say. I mean, I could also double protect the next turn, so that's not even that big of a deal. Force Dance from the Blaziken. So now we're at +2. Close combat's a really big threat. I could Flare Blitz, but I'm not sure if I want to Flare Blitz for the recoil. Saw gonna come out into the Tangrowth. With Reflect, it just doesn't do that much damage. Yeah, I have no real big reason to like ever protect realistically here. I think I just go for close combats here into the Hariyama slot. And I guess I can throw off a Sleep Powder into the Weavile slot because like what's Weavile going to accomplish here? Unless for some reason the Hariyama speed ties my -1 Blaziken. We're going to be in this perpetual loop where this Blaziken's always threatening a KO here. I'm going to Sleep Powder the Weavile slot because I might as well. There's not really that much of a difference here. And yeah, this is a pretty big turn for Blaziken. Close combat is going to threaten a lot, and I can't really see what they can accomplish here. So yeah, let's see. Do you have anything? Do you have a trick up your sleeve? I think if anything, I think if they had Mence, they would have revealed it, right? Because Mence was a free switch, I think, from a while ago. So they don't have Mence. It looks pretty bad for them. And even if they do have Mence, they need to get, they either have to be Specs or get pretty lucky. Oh, they retreat to Hariyama. Good play on their part, Cress. Good play on their part. Okay. Really good play. Because I was thinking of going for the Flare Blitz there, but I just felt like I didn't have to risk it. Ice Punch into the Tangrowth. Cool. Close combat into the Cresselia slot. Does some pretty solid damage. All right. I guess this could be annoying if they get Trick Room up. Sleep Powder into the Weavile slot. Okay, nice. I guess I just Sleep Powder the Cresselia slot. I'm trying to think of like what are the downsides to me Sleep Powder the Cresselia. What are the downsides to... Yeah, that was a good Cresselia switch. Like, it was probably one of their few plays that they had there. Does Flare Blitz KO Cresselia? Close Combat did a lot. I kind of doubt it, but you know what? Let's go for Giga Drain into Flare Blitz. The Weavile hasn't taken a turn to sleep yet. I'm kind of worried if they got Hariyama in after I KO'd a Weavile, and I didn't know if like they're getting a Trick Room this turn, so I'd rather just go for Giga Drain plus a Flare Blitz here into the Cresselia. And it does pick up a knockout. Cool. So nice. That's the power of Blaziken plus 2 Flare Blitz, and that should 100% seal the game at this point. I don't think they have a shot of winning now, especially with the recovery on the Tangrowth. Nice. I can protect the Blaziken, and yeah, I'm pretty sure I just win with Feraligatr at this point. Feraligatr probably is going to do too much to them. Well, I guess if they can somehow find a knockout into Blaziken, but I think Feint into... I only got 1 CC drop, I'm pretty sure. Right? Oh, no, I got 2. What act... Because I got... Wait, did White Herb... What did White Herb activate on? Because I dodged the first Icy Wind, right? I'm at -2 defense, but I think I'll live Feint into Fang. I guess I just double protect here. I mean, I don't see a reason to. I'm pretty sure if the Hariyama had Feint, we would have seen it by now. Like, I'm pretty confident on that. If they have Feint, the game's still, I guess, a thing. The game's still a thing, I guess. Protect here, protect here. Are you Feint on the Hariyama? No, just fake out, yeah. Into Tangrowth, interesting. And we've also sleep. Okay, cool. Now I can just go for a Flare Blitz into a... Yeah, I just go for... Do I go for... Yeah, Flare Blitz less recoil, I think, than like a defense drop on like any priority move that Hariyama would get. So yeah, we go for the Rage Powder here into a Flare Blitz. We should outspeed the Weavile now. Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on the Heatran speed stat. I'm not sure. They have Detect. Okay, I had a suspicion. Well, I knew that Weavile didn't have Protect for sure. Like, we saw its moveset already, so I knew I could just target the Weavile. And then because this Hariyama was taking so much burn damage that Feraligatr could probably clean up the end of the game. So, yeah, really good. I'm kind of curious on the speed stat of the Heatran because if it's min speed, it's interesting for the Blaziken Icy Wind numbers. I actually don't even remember, like, what the speed is of... the Heatran normally, so maybe Blaziken could have outsped the Heatran even after the Icy Wind, but I think it depends on like their IVs and nature specifically, so I actually have no clue. We close combat here and we're gonna Giga Drain, I suppose, and we will wrap up this game. Blaziken and Feraligatr putting in work in this set. Absolutely great here. And that is the show. Feraligatr and Blaziken putting in huge amounts of work in today's video. Wow, Blaziken was a lot of fun. Feraligatr is a Pokemon I always want to try out. Life Orb Sheer Force, it did a ton of work when I was able to get the Source Dances off. Outside of Source Dances, we never got to see the damage output. I did try a few games with the team, and let me just say the Feraligatr did miss some knockouts, so definitely needs some setup, especially even with the Life Orb Sheer Force. It is not exactly the best attack stat out there, so definitely needed a little bit of help. But it does do a lot of damage once it gets a boost from either Dragon Dance or Source Dance going. But if you did enjoy today's video, be sure to leave a like down below, leave a comment down below. It really does help me out. And if you want to check out the details of the team, check them out with the pastement available in the description. Make sure you check out the rest of my BDSP content. I tried a lot of cool stuff recently, especially my Parish team. That was really cool. The Slacking, Regigigas with Skill Swap Alakazam was really cool. Make sure you check out those teams if you haven't already. But otherwise, more Series 12 will be coming out in February, as we'll be starting Series 12, and I'm really excited to show off quite a few tricks in the official VGC format that we'll be having for a couple of months. So make sure you check those out when they release. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. But otherwise, thank you all for tuning in. Have a great day, people, and until we bow again, I'll catch y'all later.